I mean, I'm inclined to think in many ways the religion of our time is scientism, by which I mean uh, the view that the only things we're allowed to believe in are those that can be demonstrated on the basis of observation and experiments. Now, if you sort of zealously adhere to that creed, you will end up, if you do it consistently, you will end up not believing in your own conscious experience, because your own conscious experience is not something you know about. You know, consciousness isn't something we discovered in a particle collider or looking down a microscope. You can't look in someone's brain and see their feelings and experiences. We know about consciousness in a very different way, through our immediate awareness of our own feelings and experiences. If you're in pain, it's just directly there for you. So that, I mean, the scientific philosopher Daniel Dennett is wonderfully consistent in this. He appreciates that his conscious experience is not a postulate of public experiments and observation, so he doesn't believe in it. So I think we're in a very peculiar phase of history where, I believe ultimately, it's a huge debate, obviously, but what I've argued for in my academic work is that our official worldview is inconsistent with the reality of conscious experience. And, and it's conscious experience that makes life worth living, pleasure, and, beautiful sensory experiences, or our conscious understanding of what things are and what they mean. That's what human life is all about. So we're in this very strange period of history where our official worldview rules out that which is most evident, really, and that which gives life meaning and significance. Another example, I think, our official scientific worldview cannot accommodate the reality of value. And yet I think value is something we encounter. I think we know human trafficking is abhorrent, objectively abhorrent. And yet our official worldview tells us, I think, really there's no such thing as value. Maybe at best it's just a matter of how individual people happen to feel about things. So I think there's a tension in our current moment between what we're officially supposed to believe and what we need to believe to live meaningful lives. Now, if that was just the truth, then that would be the truth, and we just have to get used to it. But I don't think there's any reason to accept this scientific approach that the only things the only way we can know anything about reality is through experiments. Experiments are a very important way of knowing about reality, but there are other ways of knowing about reality. We know about our experience through our immediate awareness of it. We know about, I would say, mathematical objects, numbers, sets, through mathematical intuition. We know about morality and value through another kind of intuition. And there's a certain skepticism, well, why can you trust those experiences? But, well, how can you trust any experience? How can you trust your ordinary sensory experiences? There's a sort of double standard that's applied that I think arises from this sort of scientific ideology.